10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Dire team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Dire team pick.
Night Stalker.
Radiant team pick.
Well,
Oh.
welcome back, everybody. The defense. I don't know. Maybe it was the break that just caused me to fail that so miserably.
Oh, boy.
The second series of the night, last series of the night, Monkey Business versus Team Alternate Attacks. It's finally here. We had some fun with the timer in the meantime because there was the drafter, his Dota crashed. So that's not even on me, guys. That's
Stuff like this happens, dude.
these things aren't all my fault. I promise.
Team ban.
It's fault.
Let's get into the game, shall we? All right, Team Alternate Attacks versus Monkey Business. A Winter Wyvern and Night Stalker the opening for Team Alternate, and a Monkey Business go for the SF and Dazzle.
And they banned out Tusk against Screen. What a surprise.
Yeah, what is Screen playing with
Radiant
Team Alternate?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I think it's just a temporary thing. I've not heard anything about Sasu leaving, but I'm guessing Screen is going to be playing offlane for them, and Night Stalker is one of his heroes. So they've picked that up for him. But I like the fact that Monkey Business banned out the Darkseer and picked themselves up the Shadow Fiend. Interesting that Alternate banned the Wisp out, because both SF and Wisp have been Team Alternate's real bread and butter. They are the heroes that they go to on a regular basis, just to try and win in the laning stage. But Monkey Business get one, and Alternate ban out the other. So it looks like they want a little more aggression early on in the laning stage. Every time I see them, I just want to see the Invoker, though. They've become the new London conspiracy for me. Exalt Invoker for Supreme. Just give it to him.
I'm down. I'd like seeing more Invokers. Invoker's just such a fun hero to watch. He's really annoying to play against, but he's super fun to watch. Alright, so third pickup, Team Alternate Attacks. We get a matchup against SF. Because you probably don't want to go into the 5th phase with yet another mid-ban.
Wind Ranger?
Wind Ranger would probably
honestly
be one of the
don't
better
know.
ones.
You'll have the dual lane of Winter Wyvern plus one.
Yeah. Because
But-
Winter Wyvern always puts pressure on the mid, especially against an SF. So much value in shutting him down in that first minute.
It's gone down again.
Has it? What?
No, it's fine. I was just watching the stream to make sure it was still running, and
Alright.
then it died on me.
Yeah, my stream died too in the preview, but we're good. But maybe Screen died. He's taking a long time to choose his third pick. He actually goes Slardar, so we're going to have a 4th position Night Stalker. I really like Night Stalker off lane. So, I don't know.
I like Night Stalker dual lanes off lane.
Dual lanes off lanes, I can agree with that. So you're thinking Night Stalker or Slardar together? I mean, I like it when Night Stalkers run with something like Tusk.
Yeah.
And Tusk takes the 4 position and the Night Stalker takes the 3?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. It's interesting also they didn't ban out any minus armor stuff in the 2nd phase.
I guess in a way, Night Stalker has less value when the SF...
Oh god.
Like, you don't have an obvious hero the Night Stalker encounters, right? The Ember Spirit, Queen of Pain, something like that. So I guess there's less value in him being a core, and perhaps more incentive to put him into the support position.
Yeah, just to run around and focus on the dazzle in team fights.
And this also denies the starter away from Monkey Business, which would be a really valuable pickup right now when you already have SF Dazzle.
Radiant
Spirit Breaker
team
Monkey Business. I'm gonna put my money on it. Undying Spirit Breaker dual lane. They've done this so much recently. Have Dazzle plus Miracle, have like a Gyrocopter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Shadow Fiend mid, obviously, but Wind Ranger Slardar combination, amplified damage with a focus fire, incredibly potent. But Monkey Business, they're getting every single hero that they want. You know, this is all comfort pick for them. Fly Dazzle, have crit on the Undying. Come on, just pick Moonme out of the Spirit Breaker so he can charge around doing his nonsense.
5 seconds remaining.
There's still Clockwork left in the pool for him, and that's okay versus so many melee heroes.
Reserve time.
It's not the greatest versus Wind Ranger. She can usually get out of the cogs pretty quickly because of her attack speed. She just kills a cog. What other offlaners? There's still Broodmother, but Broodmother isn't great versus Slardar. I really like Slardar versus Brood.
Against Wyvern as well. Oh,
Yeah,
no
that's true.
So no tail safe lane Brew. I don't think I've seen. Moonme play this.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Moonmeander play offlane Brew. But I mean, I really like the combination that they had Brew and Slardar.
10 seconds
It was
remaining.
Monkey Business, right? That
Yeah.
did that. That was really cool because I felt like there was a lot more impact from the Brewmaster.
What did they have in that? Did they have Spirit Breaker? No, they had Nature's Prophet Slardar offlane.
Yeah.
Brew mid. Gyro top with a Dazzle or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that was exactly right because what they were able to do is had all three of their cores actually dealt a good amount of physical damage, right? Furion, one of the few offlaners that actually does a lot of right clicks compared to like some of the old offlaners from the previous patch, like Earthshaker and Clockwork.
They amplify into Brew crit as well.
Yeah, exactly. That was the part that I really enjoyed. So Monkey Business need to decide on presumably their offlaner. I mean, if we weren't looking at if this was some other team, we would say offlane Brewmaster, but
They're not afraid to change up their roles. Like I think it's set in stone pretty much what players are on what heroes.
yeah.
But we've seen No Tail play like
Seconds
aggressive
remaining.
lane Slardar with crit a couple of times and things like that.
Venomancer are going to be banned away. Team Alternate,
Team ban.
they know they're in danger of a lot of early aggression from Monkey Business. They've seen the success of Venomancer before. There isn't necessarily a lane open for the Venomancer, unless they were to run some sort of like Venomancer dual lane, as the Veno as the core, like Veno Undying offlane.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
haven't seen that yet. I wonder if that's going to be a viable pickup.
Veno Undying.
Yeah, that sounds like something that could actually work out really well.
Sounds nasty.
Gyro team
Yeah.
pick.
That is like Lich Undying, Viper Undying plus like the Strength Cores, Spirit Breaker or Tusk
Yeah.
or something.
I think it would have worked better with like it's if you had the new Veno and the old Undying. I think it would actually be better. The problem is the current Tombstone just so easy.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you limit the movement speed, grats, but it only takes them 3 hits to kill the Tombstone. So
10
I don't know. Your
seconds
positioning is pretty important in that regard. Team Alternate Attack still need their carry most
5
likely.
seconds remaining.
It could still be a secondary support, but
Yeah, I kind of like Slark.
Razor.
Okay, I kind of wanted something with sustain. Slark isn't very good in this meta, so for me, I just wanted something that would survive a bit longer, because I think these fights could be pretty drawn out, and I think it's in your incentive, Team Alternate Attacks, to plan for the fights to be drawn out and to pick up heroes that take advantage of that. I think Razor does. The long duration of his ultimate, the static link.
which one do you put safe and which one do you put mid though?
Between Wind Ranger and Razor.
Wind Ranger, right? With the
I
Winter
think-
Wyvern initially?
Yeah, I think you put Wind Ranger mid. Unless you think it's, for some reason, Brewmaster goes mid, we have a safe lane SF, but that's not going to happen.
Radiant side,
Yeah.
very unlikely.
Yeah, Radiant side is such a big advantage for the SF. We have seen safe lane SFs before, but they've usually been dire side. It's only like far patches back that I would say that SF was seen on Radiant side, safe lane.
It's really difficult to read into these.
So is Darkseer's out. Spirit Breaker's still in the pool. They could still run a Spirit Breaker Undying.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot of value. Like, I think Spirit Breaker is really good versus melee here because there's a natural clumping that happens, and your charge is really valuable. I think that you still get, like, you're not affected by the Razor's passive so much as a Spirit Breaker because, you know, obviously it doesn't slow down your charge, and then your ultimate puts you on top of the Razor anyway. So, and it's a good, like, tanky hero that Night Stalker and Slardar might not be able to eat through. But I really like Team Alternate next lineup. I still think Monkey Business will win just because they're like the hot team right now. They did really well at the majors. They're proving to beat some of the tier 1 teams that are being, you know, naturally invited to some of these early events. Monkey Business, I think, you know, takes over, like, bye-bye Empire. You know, I'm not sure VP.
5 seconds
Like,
remaining.
some of these teams are going to stop being invited to these events with this next round of the majors. And I think Monkey Business steps in their place, you know.
Yeah.
Alliance and Team Liquid might be some of those teams that replace as well.
Oh, Alliance, are they back then?
I don't know. I mean, I expect them to be back in a certain way. I expect them to be a decent tier 1.5 team at the very least, with S4 back on their roster. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that they were one of the big winners of the roster shuffle. And having Admiral Bulldog back as well, pretty significant.
So how have they swapped up their heroes here? Because without Sasu over alternate, their offlane is gone, and I'm wondering, Screen more often than not plays that support role for the teams he's on, right? So I think Nisha, Nisha's going to switch over into the offlane with that Slardar.
Okay,
Screen mid Wind Ranger.
that makes sense.
Okay.
Screen really likes Night Stalker anyway. I mean, that was one of his, like, TUS. He was one of the first heroes to bring the TUS 4 position out. And he was also doing the Night Stalker. I really think that Screen is... I'm not sure, like, obviously he's a CIS player, so, you know, us in the English area don't really know as much about him. But I really do believe that he's probably one of the better innovators in the CIS region. Just because I've watched him kind of, like, time again prove it. I'm not sure if he's, like, hard to work with or something, and maybe that's not why you don't see him in those higher tier CIS teams, but I think he's a pretty smart drafter, and I like what he's gotten out for this game. Like, it looks really nice. Just the matchups are pretty good. I feel like team fight potential wise, they're nice. The 4 position Slardar or the 4 position Night Stalker, like, either way they went with it, I think there's a lot of value as the game goes later, that they actually have a significant amount of late game because of that.
Screen is PGG's brother, so...
Oh, is that it? What? No. Okay. Jesus. Don't troll me like that. I thought you knew something I did not. How dare you?
The battle begins.
No, I always because he was always like following PGG around on the teams, M5 and Screen Squad and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and they were always like tied together. But I don't know. There's a certain connection in play style and maybe mentality, you know, between the two players.
Miracle's feeling pretty confident about this matchup, though. You see that? It goes for a Necromastery level 1 guaranteed. I mean, it's usually the way SFs play it right now. Like, we used to see Shadow Races being picked up, but that's no longer the case. The problem is going to be if he feels this early pressure and he gets shut down as Screen makes his rotation. They get an early first blood. Lisa, is that tower hit? Oh, 8 HP. Barely lives there.
We've seen this before, though. We've seen Miracle go 1-6 and still outfarm people and win the game.
Yeah, their match against Complexity last night. Yeah, that was... Fly, he's actually in some serious trouble because he's going to be slowed down by Screen. If they get some good body blocking in, I think Fly may actually die. Screen, you got to get ahead of Fly somehow. Not going to get there. He will have another void, though. Exotic Deer's trying to catch up. They'll just get more damage. Exotic Deer, why did you hit him? Oh, man, if he didn't hit the Spirit Breaker and Screen gets in front of the Undying and body blocks him, I think they get that kill.
I've zoned them back pretty hard, but again, we've seen Moon Meander and Fly play this lane so perfectly before. They get tons of regen initially, you know, Clarity, Salves, and a bunch of tangos. They don't pull anything towards Miracle from these guys. They pull a lot from their safe lane towards the mid. As speaking of safe lane, Nisha's getting up in the face of Crit, who's gone Poison Touch level 1. This can slow and do a decent amount of damage to Nisha, but he wants a chunk of this Dazzle.
Nisha, you got to be careful with this one. One hit, and he gets it. the help of the melee creep, No-Tail actually goes into a level of drunken haze, but no clap. Why did he go drunken haze? Did he have that before they went for the engagement? Because he has a mango. In that scenario, if he has a clap when they're going onto the Slardar, I mean, at the very least, maybe they kill the Slardar, but at the very least, the Slardar doesn't feel confident enough to go for the kill on the Dazzle. That's for sure. That was pretty weird.
There's an issue with our audio, apparently.
What?
Let's see.
Is Twitch chat trolling us?
No. They were talking about it last game as well. But it only happened for like a minute or something, where we go into robot mode.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Well, sometimes things just break. Huh. Hey, chat, let us know if it was on one. This will help us identify for later.
Apparently it's just for me. It goes a bit crackly.
Yeah, okay. We'll get our tech guy to look at some stuff. Needs to fix the music channel anyway.
I'm fat, I'm sitting on the cable or something, you know, breaking stuff. Just ruining the studio bit by bit.
You know, I think that's me. I think I break things. Moon Meander doesn't have a charge yet. He's probably not going to be forced to use it. He'll just tank some of the damage. That's fine. They're doing all right. Like, this dual offlane seems to be moderately successful. They're getting the Spirit Breaker levels and everything. Miracle is being pushed back continuously, though, by the rotations, the Winter Wyvern. And Nisha's doing quite well at the bottom lane. Obviously, you got that kill on the Dazzle. That bumps him up quite a bit. But it's not a lane that, if he unless he dies, he's not going to be pushed out. Oh, man, Moon Meander. Keep going, Exotic Deer, again.
He's got the passive or the empowering haste anyway.
And Exotic Deer almost dies to the tower.
The catapult's going to hit him, though. Yeah, he's got the tanker regen going. He's fine.
That's twice now. I feel like that if they played it slightly different, they get a kill. And that's really significant because the Spirit Breaker is getting a lot of levels out of this lane. So he's actually worth a lot more experience-wise. Like, then you could have your Razor to level 4 all of a sudden and be on even terms with the Spirit Breaker that, you know, dual lane against you.
And with the Dire blocking up this large camp for Miracle, if they kill him over and over again, he's not going to have that way to get back in. And actually, pinging it out.
Oh, nice shackle shot. Screen's going to come in as well, but they don't even need him. That was just excellent execution there from ATN. And they've proved, I mean, these polls, they've actually proved in the past that they're one of the stronger teams that your average Dota watcher hasn't heard of. And they're kind of proving it right now. I mean, 3-0, it's not massive, and Monkey Business will still have a really strong mid game that they can perhaps capitalize off of with the Brewmaster,
But it's 3-0. They're winning all lanes pretty much. Screen finds crit down in the Radiant jungle, TPs himself.
Oh, man.
Because Nisha can't stun. But yeah, they're winning lanes and they're stacking the jungle, creating a bank for themselves later on. They've limited how much Miracle can farm by warding up his jungle and getting up in his face. Every step has been a really good sort of bridge forward for ATN. Not just for now, but when it hits like 15 minutes in, when the Brewmaster is going to get blink and start jumping around.
Right.
I think Team Alternate will have their blinks. They'll have a mech maybe on the Razor, even though we've seen a lot of S and Y from him recently, from Fata in the mid lane. I think mech is good here. Just the fact that you want to fight. And you've got enough damage from, amp damage, focus fire, and this Night Stalker does provide you a decent amount as well. Speaking of Night Stalker, is that his bottle? No, it's the Razor's. I was wondering for a second, how farmed is he? Bloody hell.
Maybe if they'd gotten those kills earlier, he would actually have that bottle for himself.
Middle tower is under attack.
And that's a lot really valuable on a Night Stalker 4 position because you roam so much, especially once it turns nighttime. He's going to give them a laning ward. It hasn't been spotted out. Meanwhile, bottom lane, oh, they got crit. Supreme actually wanders into the jungle, actually catches the Dazzle, and frees up a bit more room for Nisha to operate. No-Tail, just going to get a bit of damage. Oh, he's actually going to go for the kill here. Wow. He feels really confident. It looks like he got him, too, because now the sprint It's still up for a little bit longer. He does have the stun as well to stop the Fire Panda, but they still have that Stone Panda with another stun if he gets into the trees and hides himself. No, he gets hit by the stun. And now a clap. No-Tail does get the kill. Very nicely played. That was No-Tail operating at max efficiency with that Brewmaster. He hits the clap, he dodges a stun, he gets the Cyclone for the right amount of time, and he gets that secondary stun. That was so well played.
That was such a nuanced play, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Very, very few players actually pull that off. And, you know, a little bit lucky for No-Tail to find the vision there with the final boulder toss. But, oh boy, No-Tail. Sneaky little kill there. Now, Wind Ranger's actually gone back into the jungle to farm through the stacks that were built up for us. So, again, Team Alternate, they lose one hero down a bot lane, the Slardar, it's fine. They're giving Winter Wyvern plenty of levels, and this is something that a lot of teams recently have really been suffering with. As TP to top, Exotic Deer is caught up us there.
And Elisash is now TPing underneath a tombstone. That's not going to be a great position for him. He still has a Cold Embrace with Moonmeander taking so much of the damage. Charge passes off the aggro, and Elisash is now going to be stuck against Fly. Should be dying here unless Screen can actually provide the turnaround here. Fly does have a Mango, so maybe he can actually survive through this via Decay and a Soul Rip. We'll see. Screen has another Void up in a second here. Fly, oh, he's trying to heal up through it, but it looks like Screen will be able to finish him off as there's just not enough mana at the end. Daytime? Don't tell me Fly's gonna live because of that one ring around the rosy. Screen tries to catch him, but he's gonna be caught by the Razor eventually, so he does end up dying. What happened to Mr. Spiritbreaker?
He died to the tower hits.
Oh, okay.
He went past the tower into these trees, but he got killed off.
Okay, I just thought I was like, oh, he's going to TP out, but...
Crit nearly got soloed down the bottom lane as well. So while that was all happening up the top, Nisha was just running down the Dazzle. And knowing the Primal splits down for another 25, 30 seconds when he was running in there, he could actually try going on No-Tail here.
Yeah, I think the miss percentage chance is keeping him at bay. He doesn't want to challenge No-Tail just because of that. Between the drunken... No! Come on! Stop doing that! Razor dies again! Moonmeander, yeah, I did level 6, so that's why. Screen will get some solo time underneath this tower. Unless he dies here, turns around, Screen, trying to slow down these heroes. He's already dropping quite low, has some magic stick charges to operate on, and with the TP in, they're going to be forced back. Nisha doesn't actually have the mana to work around, so he's not going to go for the chase.
Charge mid.
Mid lane, though, they're going to go for this one. No-Tail's trying to catch up with the clap.
This is deep. This is super deep.
Yeah, this is really... Moonmeander's at half HP, too. No-Tail comes forward, gets the clap. Elisash is going to be caught by this one. They pop the ultimate, and that's why they feel confident enough going for this. Looks like the Winter Wyvern's just going to die here, as can't really get out of this situation against the Fire Panda.
Fly.
Nicely played by No-Tail once again.
Top rune spot.
They get a little bit of heal. Shallow Grave goes out. They will challenge Fly enough and should be able to get this kill eventually with a Void or not. Nisha doesn't want to commit to this one because Moonmeander's actually charging him up. Screen goes down and Fly's going to be able to survive. Moonmeander's probably going to be fine as well. The power shot actually does land on him. And Supreme, all these low HP heroes, but No-Tail's coming in from the side. Nisha has to stay ahead of that one. Shackle shot on a Miracle. Win running away and actually gets ahead of the clap, fortunately.
Korea. No-Tail.
No-Tail getting out. No stun available. They can't stop him. And everyone else from Monkey Business actually escapes. And this is what we're kind of talking about. Monkey Business, even if they do, they just know early aggression really well. So even if they lose out on like the laning phase, in certain situations, they're still able to come back through the first couple of rotations. They're just very efficient in that regard.
So yeah, you look at it. The Wind Ranger got a free lane mid, pretty much. 2 kills, 1 assist. Got a quad or quint stack over in the jungle, and is only 100 gold, or even less, 60 gold, ahead of the Shadow Fiend right now. Miracle, who on the reverse side of the coin got shut down, 2 deaths, had no jungle to stack up, has just made full use of his time, efficiently going from medium camp to lane and back again, and now getting his name up on the board with a kill. He's heading into the mech as quickly as he possibly can, and have we seen what the Razor's actually buying into yet? Treads bottle so far, so not actually deciding. But he's going to decide his own fate. He's probably going to go down here actually with the bashes coming out of Moon.
And bottom lane, No-Tail's actually really low. Nisha trying to commit to that one. They do have the Shallow Grave. No-Tail doesn't have his ultimate, so he'll go down eventually here with a little bit of burn damage. There's a heal out. Now the ultimate goes down for the SF. No-Tail surviving until finally right clicks come in. Nisha, he knows he's dead. He tries to go for this stun onto Miracle, but can't quite get it. Double kill, though, and it's well worth Monkey Business's death of No-Tail and the Dazzle for Miracle. Now getting that double kill and being much farther ahead of the Wind Ranger.
Miles ahead. And I want to kill her off. Trying to limit what she's getting now as well. No TP's coming in though, it's just Moonmeander alone. Trying to bash away. He's getting some serious RNG luck here with his bashes though.
Yeah, he really is.
They need level 6 on this Winter Wyvern, like, desperately. That's their sort of counter-initiation play to try and get the Winter's Curse and kill off the Tombstone. You know, we used to see Naga Song and things like that, just Global Silence even, just to reset the fight a little bit, kill Tombstone, and then focus on what you do next.
Charge on through. Screen is going to be hit by this one with a double damage. Double TP's in, though. And now Moonmeander's actually going to be slowed down. Nisha will catch him. Moonmeander's not going to be able to dodge this stun. And he will be going down. Nice turnaround there.
Yeah, nice bit of gold for Nisha as well. Gives him 300 and puts him closer to that Blink dagger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No tail. He's 200 away from his Blink as well. So Arcane's Blink. And then they've got that heal bomb. And jump in with the clap primal split, the mech, the sustain, and that Shadow Wave from Dazzle. They've got tons of physical damage actually here onto ATN. Who...
Oh yeah, the Dazzle's stronger now with Brewmaster than he used to be, right? Because you can now target magic immune units. So that's actually a nice little bump up to this duo. Clear through the creeps. No Tail will actually pop his ultimate here and commit onto Supreme. They do have a Cold Embrace, and they just tornado him up in order to take the tower. No Tail, there's no way he's gonna get this kill, is he? Moonmeander comes in, they have the wind run still, the nuke damage though, and he gets the bash once again! Oh no! The Winter's Curse comes in, it's a bit too late. Miracle will be able to survive for the time being. Screen's moving forward, but this is still monkey business in a great position with Moonmeander threatening Alisage to get another Cold Embrace. He'll survive through that charge, but a nuke comes in from Miracle, and that prompts the double kill. Moonmeander trying to get out 5 more seconds until he can charge himself away. He knows he needs to hide himself in the trees, but the amplified damage allows Exotic Deer with that extra 168 damage that he's racked up to be able to get the kill. Nisha running right into No Tail here, and he gets off a stun, but that's it. He immediately dies to the burst damage. Once again, Miracle claims another kill, and now he's 2,500 gold ahead, 50% of the net worth ahead of Supreme.
They can kill off more here. No Tail has his Blink. I think they spotted Screen or knew he was sort of lurking down at bottom lane, and they're going to wrap in around on him. He's got no TP. And here come the TPs, yeah. Spirit Breaker will come in. Screen's dead here for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have maxed out Hunter of the Night, so there's not even a chance that if he lives through this burst, that he's able to run himself away, because he just doesn't have enough movement speed.
Miracle, are you serious now? 8,000 net worth up on him.
Yeah, he's absurdly...
He's gone from 0-2-0 with 1,000 gold behind the Wind Ranger to being miles ahead. Absolutely miles ahead.
Yeah, 6-2-0. 6 kills in a row. That'll do it for you. Looks like he's actually going the SNY build. So that's kind of interesting. Nisha trying to go for the deny. Oh, doesn't get it.
Supreme
Wind
is gone.
Ranger. Yeah.
Charge, another strike, raises. It's all here for monkey business as they just start piling on the pressure. Grouping up as 4.
Get a lucky bash, Nisha. He really needs this. He's not going to get it. Now he has to back out. There's too many creeps. He can't play around the Shadow Wave. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they're actually going to go for this one. Miracle is going to be the target with the Winter's Curse, but it's still not enough damage. They get the heal off of the mech. Miracle is going to die as Nisha comes in, but the explosion, the charge through, bounces back the rest of ATN. Exotic Deer stuck underneath this Tombstone, and ATN, they had such a great start, but now they're going to be 1 for 4, 1 for 5 wiped.
Moonmeander was charging that bloody spirit, the Slardar. He got like up to here. The Slardar TP'd, and then he just came rampaging through.
What a great time to come back.
Charged through the middle of 3 of them with a Tombstone down as well. Perfect stuff for monkey business. And the one thing is, they don't really have, well, without the Shadow Fiend, a great way of going to take out Roshan in situations like this. You know, the Dazzle has Medallion, but he's up at top. So it's just going to be trying to put as much pressure as you can onto that tier 1 or tier 2 towards the middle lane. But No Tail. We saw him do this the other day when he played Brewmaster. Go back for the Midas after the Blink, and then decide where you want to go into after that. Let's get your levels up. Get to level 16. Get into your aura items as well.
Whatever happened to the Aghanim Scepter?
It's
Still really valuable, isn't it?
It was always one of those items where if you got it at like 17, 18 minutes, then it gives you a good 10 minutes of really solid strength in the team fights. But if you get it past 20 minutes, it's just that it's like the gold expenditure for how much actual value you get from the item. If you're spending 4,200 gold on an item which gives you really solid strength for 5 or 6 minutes and maybe wins you 2 team fights, maybe the Vlad's or the AC or the Shiva's Guard or the Midas gives you a lot more actual long-term value than the Aghanims does.
Yeah.
So it's all about timing, I think. Player preference comes into it a little bit as well. Some people just don't like it because it adds that extra hassle in team fights to micro through them all.
Yeah, if you're not effective at microing, not able to really utilize that extra advantage, then not much point. The tier 1 for tier 1 trade-off, or not. Moonmanner's going to put a stop to that one with a charge in. Nice stop by Screen and double stop. That was really good timing. He's going to try and TP out, and oh, he gets out! No Tail micros it and does manage to stop Exotic Deer, but maybe not. Winter's Kiss gets played out, and Exotic Deer, he will be able to get off the mech, and it looks like he may survive as they finish off the Spirit Breaker nice and easy. Exotic Deer turning around for that one, may end up getting him killed, though. The Cold Embrace keeps him alive. The nuke damage is enough, though, and now they're going to look for Supreme, slowing him down. No Tail does have Screen on his tail, trying to slow him out. Shackle Shot, double stun. Can they go for No Tail here? Looks like they'll burst him down. And Fly, well, they still have Miracle to go back on, so they have to play careful around this one, especially as it is daytime still. Fly's going to be target, see if they can get that one pick off. They do get the stun. Miracle not getting the mech off in time. Now Crit actually is 1 turns to 2, 2 to 3. Triple raise almost going out. Miracle actually gets interrupted there on the last raise. He's going to go for Nisha here, but stunned up first. And Nisha will be able to get out of range with a Shackle Shot now on a Miracle. They're going to commit to this one. Miracle shallow grave though, and he'll turn things around. His races are ready to go. And ATN very smartly getting out at the right time. They pushed that advantage as far as they could before overstepping.
That grave was available for so long for Crit. He was like holding onto it, and you could tell the call was coming from Miracle. I'm gonna mech. And this came a little bit too late. You're not able to save their teammates. But Team Alternate, that started off with a little bit of overlap with Shackle Shot and the Winter's Curse, but from there on out, it just worked perfectly for them. Slaughter with a Blink Dagger, now getting himself up to close to his 4 staff. This level 2 amplified damage is so good. Up against heroes like Spirit Breaker, even the Dazzle, He's got the Weave, he's got the Medallion. Getting that armor down. What is it at level 2? The 15? 15 armor reduction is
10,
crazy.
15, 20. Heroes like even SF are left with very little armor after an amp charge. They're going to go for the Winter Wyvern here, preventing this Winter's Curse, stopping the charge in order to get off the ultimate for the guaranteed kill. Now the turnaround Nisha gets away, so they'll take a tier 2-2. And they haven't taken a single tier 1. ATN, they've been focused a lot on fighting monkey business. But as a result, they keep, barely missing out on these fights. They lose it either barely or they barely win it.
Whereas
and they haven't been able to take objectives because of it. I have no idea. Maybe he just wanted to get up to the top lane to push.
Who's charging this Night Stalker?
Yeah.
Into Roshan they go.
That's an interesting one.
Guess with Medallion and crits and hits out from No Tail. And now Shadow Fiend joins the party, so yeah, they should be able to take this one out. Reaction? Oh, it's coming in from Alternate, but it's just... is it too late? It looks like it with Moonmeander charging across, and they've got full vision of them coming in. The Radiant Orb's up on the high ground. We'll see the smoke as well.
Moon is actively zoning them in order to make sure that Roshan does go to favor of monkey business, and smoke not really working out. A monkey business, no, obviously, with smoke seeing the electricity coming out from the Razor. And they will complete the Vlads fairly soon on No Tail.
We've got Axe Wind Ranger. I don't think this is a point where monkey business can really force high ground. Against Winter's Curse and the app damage, it's just a little bit too risky. They really want a team fight like at the top tier 2 would be perfect for them. Where they've got lots of room to chase and really split themselves up, like have a Brewmaster here, a Shadow Fiend here, and just have this like concave of heroes around the tier 2 so there's no big Winter's Curse target. Oh god, Miracle, Requiem.
Oh, Nisha is just going to get popped. Nice blink out from Miracle. Now he's going to turn on the screen with the help of Moonmeander. They'll get that extra kill. And what was once a position where they're like, okay, we're controlling the map, go back and farm. Now they can actually push uphill with those 2 heroes dead. I mean, they're right in front of the base already. And Exotic Deer, maybe he's going to go down as well. If they get the right Sage proc, nope, they don't get it. 4 different hits. If that had been a first hit Sage proc, you slow down the Razor enough, I think you actually get that kill. Or at the very least, you commit for it.
Dire's middle tower.
Oh, No Tail catching the Winter Wyvern, getting some damage out onto him. They're spending a lot of focus making sure that Winter Wyvern doesn't get good Winter's curses. Now the Brewmaster ultimate goes out, and this is just going to prevent ATN from stopping this tier 3 from going down.
Can they actually stop it, though? They can't get in position for... Okay, Winter's Curse is coming now.
And they're left with no Brewlings left. Now the ultimate's completely down. No Tail just gets the clap and bounces out. This will leave the Tombstone as gold for ATN, but well worth the bounty of a tier 3 tower.
And then the split push comes. Now where does Alternate farm from here? Because they need their next tier of items. Oh god, the blink! No! Miracle dodges it! Quick on the fingers, and Nisha. He gets juked. Team Alternate need their next tier of items. You know, they need the damage for the Wind Ranger after Ags. They need the Force Staff done for the Slardar just to give him that extra mobility. And the BKB, I guess, for the Razor, not the SNY. But all these items are really vital for them to win these team fights. They need to tank up, and they need the damage desperately, because they've got control. They've got stuns, they've got Winter's Curse, they've got shackle shots and all that stuff to throw out. But if they don't have the actual damage output to kill off someone like the Undying, the Spirit Breaker, the Dazzle, I think the Brewmaster, it's going to be incredibly tough to actually kill him before he gets Primal Split unless you throw everything at him. So that's just going to be inevitable that he will get split off. So it's really focusing on the supports, the sustain heroes in the back, Undying and Dazzle. And you try and look to take down before they get the Grave or Tombstone out. But look at that. Moonmeander with a Lotus Orb first item.
Yeah.
Bounce back, Winter's Curse, Shackle, Power, not Power Shot, Amplify damage.
Yeah, removes Amplify damage with the debuff.
Oh yeah.
I really like that part of it. I think it's so good versus Slardar. For that reason alone. Miracle? Okay, you found the Winter Wyvern with a charge. You easily get that kill. And now they're going to go uphill. 30 seconds left for the Winter Wyvern unless he buys back. And that's exactly where they're going to go for here. But Solar Crest jump in. Whoa, they're actually going to go for Supreme here. Get the Cyclone onto him. Zone out the rest of the heroes while once again they go for the melee racks. You know, if they had a BKB, they could actually make the kind of Cyclone ultimate play for the SF. Requiem onto somebody that's Cyclone. That would be insanely good combination. Give him the Lotus Orb, Shackle Shot right onto Supreme. That is so good. Now the Winter's Curse actually catches 4, but the targeting is just not quite there. ATN don't have the damage yet.
It's no damage.
They bounce back Exotic Deer. He's only stolen a pittance. Now this stun goes out from Nisha, stalling things up a little bit, but it's Exotic Deer who's still going to fall as Moonmeander just beats him to a pulp. Miracle looking next up. Buyback there from the Razor. Turn around, finish off that melee racks, and maybe back out.
I don't think they can hold it.
They still have the buyback on the Wind Ranger if they really want to be able to hold this one, but Screen, he's going to lose his life. The Cold Embrace can save him as the magic damage is still enough, and it seems like that buyback wasn't really worth it as they're going to take the mid lane racks anyway.
And with the Weave racking up their armor now as well, level 2 Weave in fact, they can look to dive pretty deep. As Nisha, yeah, get your Crush ready because you're going to need it.
Yeah, they really need to catch something here. They lost too much this early on into the game. Comeback is going to be really tough, especially since they don't have good farming heroes. Razor isn't particularly strong at that. Slardar is mediocre at best. Wind Ranger's all right with Power Shot, but not going to be the same kind of power that a Brewmaster with Midas and an SF with total free farm. I mean, he's got the whole entire map to work with at this point.
So Devil's Advocate here. Team Alternate. If they can win a couple of team fights, like if they go and smoke right now and they kill the Shadow Fiend, take him out of the picture, and actually go and take a tier 1. They've taken the one at mid. There's still gold waiting to be collected here. They've got the Wind Ranger top. If the rest of them go and actually smoke up, could they catch someone? probably. But look at the positioning from Monkey Business. They just won't allow it. Butterfly's done. They don't care if they lose a tier 1 at top. They know that the way back into the game for Team Alternate is to split push and then potentially find a pick-off elsewhere.
Yeah.
But they go straight in for the jugular for the tier 3 down at bottom lane.
Yeah, might as well. See if it works out. Nisha blinks back in, goes for Miracle. The clap is the response. Winter's Curse doesn't actually catch the Brewmaster, which means that Miracle's going to be able to get away with little damage done. And the Brewmaster starts controlling the rest of ATN. Miracle comes forward. Let's lose that ultimate. That's going to be damage reduction onto 4. And Exotic Deer looks like he's going to be bursted down. And Shackle Shot doesn't latch to anything. They do get the Cold Embrace. Exotic Deer, 1 raise, 2 raids, and they are able to bring him down. Now Screen the next target. Bounce back by Moonmanor. He's done for, and that's it. ATN call it 27-minute GG after what was a good start. I mean, they actually had, 3 kills on the board, but Monkey Business, you could see the experience of this team.
Never give up, never surrender.
Yeah, they're willing to, and I really like the fact that they're not that dependent on Miracle. It's twice now that we've seen a lower tier team try and challenge Monkey Business by shutting down Miracle and putting a lot of focus on him, and Monkey Business still see the end game, which is you're focusing a lot of resources on shutting down a hero that can come back pretty easily. The SF, like you can only ward out his jungle and gank him so much. There's still going to be a comeback.